Hi, thanks for stopping by today. I have something really neat to visit with you about. I've been away for a little bit, and I'll tell you about that. But what I wanted to share with you, first of all, was how much I missed you. Um, as much as I'd like to admit that I know everything about doing my vlog, I am not so keen with my selfie stick. Believe me, I'll get better. And then we'll show you other things around the studio and the classroom. But I was away for a couple weeks and I had a little bit of content already prepared so that it could load while I was gone. I went on an amazing trip, nearly 2 weeks. It started out that my husband and I went to the city, the Denver metro area, and spent a few days with our son and his lovely wife. And then we topped that off with a fireworks game at the Rockies on the 5th. It was fabulous. And if you've never seen anything quite so funny, try standing in the stadium seats as the other half of the stadium that is way closer to the actual lighting of the fireworks. They're all brought down onto the game field. And during that time, it took 15, 20 minutes and they moved several thousands of people very quickly and efficiently. But while we're doing that, we're all rocking out to some really great music. And when they all get down on the green, then I'll tell you what, there's nothing like dancing to YMCA with 48,000 of your favorite friends. It was a hoot. But the fireworks show was fabulous and we really enjoyed it. And then my husband and we said goodbye to our kids and off we went to Lyman. And I met up with a student who is also a very dear friend, and we headed east. We headed the next morning to Iowa, to Charles City, Iowa, to go visit Anna Blickenderfer at her uh, barn retreat. We had a lovely week there, and there were 8 of us, several of us from Colorado, but then we also had ladies from Minnesota and Iowa and Illinois and Indiana, and we made some great new friends. And while we were there, of course, you cannot go to a wonderful retreat center that has its own shop attached with Anna Blickenderfer as the coloring agent of all things wise and wonderful. I came away with a couple patterns, kits actually, I should say, and one of them was True North. Now, I knew from the beginning that when I went, that I would want to have, wanted to bring that back home. Just one of those things. And then while I was there, I got a hold of another pattern, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have Anna color that just for me. So I'd really love to show you these fabrics. Both are from Tim Holtz collections, and it's too cool not to share. So I'm going to take you over to the workspace and we are going to take a look and see what's inside the package of these beautiful fabric kits. Here we go. This is True North. Now it is based on the Mariner's Compass Mixer series. And again, these are Tim Holtz colors. Um, and you might see, maybe not, you can't see it quite, but let me bring this down a little bit. It says, without skull ring. What I'll tell you is that there is a ring here, this dark ring that weaves in and out around in this circle. And a lot of times that fabric has skulls on it. Well, that's not my favorite thing. So she had a kit that did not have the skulls on it, and I latched onto that, and I was very happy to claim it as my own. So I want to show you these fabrics. These are just really, really stunning. Now, this first fabric is called Fractured Mosaic, and Indigo Fractured Mosaic. And to me, it looks like um, city lights in a big city. And then you can see handwriting, the beautiful teals and gold and copper colors with that. Just totally stunning. The next one is called a patina of urban grunge. Now, you can see what I see, and that is just these gorgeous. This is actually a teal color here. It's very, let's see if I can get you to see, so you can see that a little bit better. Actually, it's a bit lighter in real life than it is on the camera, I think. But gold and orange burnishing. And then there's print on it. And I don't know about you, but I think this is just really cool. This one is patina called Urban Grunge. And then we have one that is called dyed stripe. And the colors in here just resonate. They are in my happy place. Beautiful tomato reds and oranges and uh, burnished greens and copper and teal. It again with writing in the middle of it. It's just really really rich. So then we come to a series of colors of the same print, which are these are all called patina, and this is kind of a it's a teal. It reminds me of kind of like a garage floor that has had oil stains dropped on it, dirt and oil stains, and this is in a lovely teal color. So then we go from teal, then we have sienna, and then we have onyx, and then the last is uh, aston. It's the same thing. All of them are the same thing out of the provisions line. But there are four colors of the same fabric, and they lend themselves so beautifully to the entire color palette that we've already got started here. So we'll lift those away. And then we come to what is called writing specimen. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but what I see, aside from the gorgeous olive green and gold and rust and all of this really distressed looking stuff, it says right on here, something of handwriting. So you flip it on over to here, and then we have another spot where it says specimens of handwriting. And we have the new style and the old style and the new style. So these words, this is old and this is the new. This is the old and this is the new. And it just is so fun to look at these fabrics and see what kind of genius went into creating them. Then we have this one, which is called Rust Saint Concerto. Um, it is again from his Abandon line. And what you see here, and maybe I don't know if you can see it as well as I can, but this coloring is kind of like a really deep green into black with red and orange and gold lines. It reminds me kind of plaid, but very just rich and rustic looking. Then we move on to our piano sorte, which is lovely. Again, really sweet, bright teals and greens moving into orange and gold and all of that. And you know what? My name is Melody. So anytime I can find something that has something to do with music in the fabric, I am going to be all over that. And look at all this musical notes. It just totally sang to my heart. And it's like, oh, I couldn't ask for anything better. And there we are with that fabric. Now, the next one is called Nightfall of Worn Croc. No, excuse me, I apologize. That is wrong. This is actually called Cracked Shadow. Yes, cracked shadow. What it reminds me of is marble, multicolored marble with lines through it, like on the marble or granite of a countertop. And then there's like whole passages of handwriting. I don't know what it says. I haven't tried to read it, but it's an old handwriting script. And you can see the variation in the color. It's actually a bit lighter than it shows on the camera, but there it is. Now this is the worn croc. And it is exactly what it says. It looks like crocodile skin or crocodile boots. But you can see with the color variation and the lighting, it is actually lighter than it shows up primarily on the camera, but it is rich, lots of great texture and variation in the colors. Totally a great piece of fabric. Well, then we come to Parchment Expedition, and this is maps. It's wonderful, and it's kind of a oh, it's a beigey, peachy kind of a thing, and then we have these peachy lines and groupings of everything. Well, my husband and I went to um, Australia for our 25th wedding anniversary, and look at what's right here. Here is Australia and Sydney right down here, and the big bight along the southern part of Australia, and down here is the Great Barrier Reef. It's just really fun to look at it. There's Japan and Yokohama and the Pacific Ocean, and when you look at it, it just there's more and more and more to see. And sometimes you see Mexico, some Tropic of Cancer, the Pacific Ocean. Sometimes you see other things that are just really fun to look at. I could look at this stuff for hours and hours. So the next one is again um, Parchment Expedition, and it's a creamier version of the black one that we had earlier. Again, it's cracked shadow, but it's in parchment, and it has lots of quartz. Actually, is what it is. As I'm looking at my paper over here, and it is quartz. So it has more of a yellowy, creamy gold cast to it, but it's just really, really pretty awesome. And then, of course, there's the binding. Those fabrics have just, they just sang to my heart. And I just can't get over how much I'm enjoying these Tim Holtz fabrics. Now, I will say I am a batik person. I love my batiks, but Tim Holtz is absolutely singing to my heart. So I'm going to bring in the other one that is right over here. Let me slide this one over, and this is the pattern that I picked up. It's called Red River Star. Now there is absolutely nothing wrong with this red, white, and black. It is so classic and so attractive to look at. But I wanted Anna to color it for me in Tim Holtz. And what she came up with is even more special than the True North. This is also, it is a I'm thinking it's another big one, like a 99 incher. But look at what she colored for me. Now what I see, instead of having red, white, and black and seeing each element absolutely in stark contrast to each other, I see something that reminds me absolutely of a tarnished windmill and being out in the on the plains in our old windmills that were pumps for stock tanks and things like that. The coloration in here, along here, reminds me of oxidized copper and burnished metal, and I couldn't be more excited about this. But wait till you see what's on the inside of the fabric pack. So here we go. This first one is called London Gridlock. It's a neutral called London Gridlock. And when I look at this, there's so many different things. And here it is. It says London Environs. Um, it looks like it's like data sheets that you're looking at, but through a window that has rain streaking down it. It just is really awesome. And some of it's like that, and some of it is like this. So totally different, all inside the same fabric. So what you'll end up getting is a huge variation of different looks to it. Now, um, the next one is called Portland Street. This is where all of these beautiful, beautiful colors along here come into play and along these windmill blades. It is rich as can be, and this teal is vibrant, the gold and orange and light yellow, into a burnished sienna color and everything. It looks like it's been heated. It's metal that's been oxidized and all of that. And it says on here, it says 82 Great Portland Street, Wisconsin. Anatomical boot makers. I think that is fabulous. And you can see the writing in the documents, the pages and stuff like that, all through the fabric. It's such a fun piece. The next one we're going to run into is called patina, as in rusted patina. The first one was patina with Portland Street. This is rusted patina. Now, if you can see this, let me get if I see if I can get it in the right place. Oh, vibrant, vibrant uh, teals and oxidized teals and oranges, just like copper does when it starts out in a beautiful copper color and then gets aged, much like our Statue of Liberty. And then we have piano notes on here. This is just luscious to me. I I'm adoring it already. So then we go, and of course, here there is music on here, and I'm loving it, all of it. Okay, now we have another one that is called Bettina Rue de Pelletier. It's French, and I don't know French, but I could fake it like the best of them. But look how beautiful this fabric is. It has um, darker colors of in black and charcoal with bright purpley um, orchid and teal and black and gray, and it reminds me of fleur de lis design in here, and it's rich. There's beautiful, beautiful handwriting. I wish I could have penmanship like this. And it's just lovely. It's not very big, but every place it goes, it's going to be really have a great pizzazz in it. And then we have onyx. Now this looks very much like what we had in the last one without all of the grease spots. It looks to me like it's an aged uh, paint drop cloth but not nearly as um, marred and everything. But it has a very deep, rich color. It's a lot of modeling in it and deep color changes within the piece, and it'll give a lot of depth and texture. The next one that we have is called Piano Sorte. And again, we have some lovely, lovely uh, music with our greens and um, copper colors and rust. And it's, again, you can't go wrong. It's just near and dear to my heart. And the handwriting here is in English, but there's a little bit of French. Maison de Gros, um, merci monétaire, something something corlet corletier. I don't know, but I'm faking it really well. But it's gonna be so gorgeous. Piano Sorte. Now we have some black cracked shadow, which is what we also had in the last Tim Holtz True North. It's a perfect background. It will go so nicely in what we've got going for it. Excellent, excellent piece of fabric. Now we have scrapped layers. Now, if that isn't a bazinga, I don't know what is. It is bold and vibrant, full of oranges and golds, like the fall colors along the Gunnison River Canyon. It just looks so vibrant, and it looks like there's like newsprint in laid underneath it. Something has been painted over it, and just really, really awesome. Next, we come to something that's very, very easily and believably called tiny stars. It's actually got a kind of a mottled cream and gray background with a variant of light to medium and dark, tiny, tiny stars. Now, the next one is really fun. This is a creamy, peachy background with butterflies. It's like it's a picture of a butterfly collection. Just really nice. And you can read the different kinds, and they are I would say, in their Latin names. But it's butterflies and moths is what this has written on here. But it's parchment butterflies. The next one, it just really, really became a very, very special piece to me. All of the fabrics, I'm loving that. But this one is called Parchment Model Airplanes. And when I was a little girl, I can remember my dad making balsa wood model airplanes to fly with motors and everything. And I can remember taking his planes to a big field, and he would do the RC remote control flying of these planes that he would make like this. And this is what his plans looked like. This is what his pieces looked like. All of this. It reminded me so much of what I remember my dad doing. And it just was really, really special to find this particular piece of fabric, along with the music fabrics, in this quilt for me. I don't know how Anna did it. I don't know how she knew it was so special, but it just totally made this so, so close to my heart. Now we've got, again, we have the Parchment Expedition, and again, the Nightfall. Like the crocodile kind of thing for our last bit of fabric. And again, it's the parchment and the maps and all of that. Tim Holtz, I think, does a brilliant job at working um, his modality into what he creates. You can't get two things that are more different than the two of these, and yet they are the same pattern and they look so incredibly different. I'm thrilled. I cannot wait to begin this, and it's going to be such a big adventure. So, thank you. Let's go to the main camera, and I'll say, and I took my glasses off so I could see it all better. I could actually see you better too. But um, Thanks for coming along and exploring these wonderful fabric kits that I picked up while I was in Charles City, Iowa at Anna Blickenderfer's retreat center. She does an unbelievably beautiful job of coloring anything that you might have in mind. So I can't recommend her highly enough. I think she's brilliant in how she uses her colors, and if you have a pattern that you really want to have colored and or have assistance, give her a call. I will include her contact information below, and you can reach out to her. She is a certified shop and a certified instructor. So um, give her a jingle. I think she's got great ability, great talent, and there's actually some very exciting news that I'm going to share with you in another couple of podcasts or vlog cast, as they're supposed to be called. Anyhow, thanks for stopping in. I really enjoyed catching up with you, and I'll have some more stuff for you to take a look at soon. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for stopping by.